Thank you for making it back to another episode of The Money Exchange. I appreciate you for being here. Now, if this is your first time, you are going to enjoy what you're going to hear. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you'll catch every episode that I bring available to you. And then if you're listening to us, hit that follow button. Again, I want to make sure you're getting all the great information that we have going to be sharing with you today. So my name is Patrina Dixon. As a reminder to some and new to others, I am your personal finance coach. And I am the founder and CEO of It's My Money. It's My Money brings financial topics to people all across the world by way of this podcast, my blog, and the financial workshops that I do inside of Room. So if you're looking for that, hit your girl up. But one of the things I'd love for you to do is hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get those numbers up. Going to be straight transparent with you in that. Now, today's episode is about travel hacking. This is the time of year people are trying to figure it all out. How do I make this trip happen? Maybe my budget doesn't allow. My guest here, Keritan Shelby, is going to give us some tips that will help us now and into the future of making travel available to all by way of different hacks that he's going to share. With that, Keritan, all the way from Dallas, Texas, what's up?
What's going on, Patrina? I love the energy. Thank you for letting me be available to your platform and audience.
Yes, Keritan and I are going to be BFFs in the financial space. He and I will be in the same room in Florida in September because Keritan is speaking at FinCon, right, Keritan?
That's correct. Yeah, this is my first speaking gig. I'm excited. I forgot I was even a speaker, so I'm like, oh snap, this is awesome. So yeah, I'll be talking about the travel hack in there.
Yeah, and see, Keritan is so cavalier. People be dying to get on the FinCon stage, and he's like, "Well, I forgot all about that. I did that, so I'm so happy for you. I love it." So, Keritan, let's jump right in for some travel hacking. Let's first just break down what does that even mean? What is travel hacking in your words, Keritan?
So, travel hacking is pretty much being able to utilize credit card points or the statuses in order to fly for free. Because a lot of these airlines, they'll allow you to use the points with the airlines themselves, or even at the hotels to stay there for free, fly for free, and have luxurious stays there.
Yeah, so y'all hear that word, right? FREE. I know y'all listening, love free, right? So free hotels and free flights. No, come on, give us the gems on how we make that happen.
Yes. So pretty much sometimes it relies on how good your personal credit is. Okay. So if your personal credit is, because you got to have good personal credit to get some of these elite air quote credit cards that allows you to get statuses at certain hotel brands. And then from there, you use those status to do what's called a status match. So you can status match from one hotel or one airline to another in order to get elite status at that other hotel or the airline. So, but let me dial it back a little bit. Because you got two key components to travel hacking. You have the statuses, which allows you to get nice perks like getting extra nights, extra bonus points at different stays, hotel credits, or even airline credits, or free travel bags whenever you get load on the airline. Then you also have coupons. So the coupons allow you to get discounts on the hotels or the stays. So when you merge both of those together, and if you have a lot of bonus points, you get the discounts, elite status, and use your bonus points to cover the discounted price. That's like a match made in heaven.
I love it. So now you talk about these bonus points, right? So let's just go with hotel for example. Excuse me. Hotels they don't give you a lot of bonus points per stay, I guess I would say, per night. Mm-hmm. So is there a hack is there a certain type of hotel or a certain hotel chain that give you more points per stay? Like I know personally I've stayed at hotels where I've gotten a ton of points per stay. And for let's just call it a weekend. And then another hotel I'll stay in for the same duration. And I'm like, wait, what? Did they remember I stayed there 3 days? Like, you know what I mean? So is there a chain that gives more, or is it the status that gives you more with that particular chain?
So it could be the status. Higher status will help too, because the higher status that you have, the more bonus points that you'll be able to get. But you also got to be on the lookout for different offers. So what I do is I go and I sign up for every single hotel, like Marriott, Hilton, the Hyatt, ISG, is you just sign up and become a member with them, and you just stay on the lookout for any type of promotion that they send out. That's whenever you'll be able to get upgraded bonus points for whenever you stay there at a certain period of time.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I'm a Marriott girl, right?
Yeah.
And I thought there was something, and maybe I'm doing it wrong, because I thought, because I'm a Marriott girl and, you know, a certain airline preferred person, that it is ideal to do all of my flight with one airline and all of my hotel with one chain to the best of my ability if they have a property there. Is that not right? Like, should I consider, like you mentioned Hilton and the others, should I consider those being a member of the others and not just go to Marriott because that's my preferred brand, or go to where the best place is? Like, can I get to, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, in order to accumulate a lot of points, you have to have a lot of stays, right? So if I start breaking up my stays at Marriott to Hilton to the next one, isn't that the adverse to the travel hack and trying to accumulate status with a lot of points?
So the way that let's go ahead and do a deep dive real quick. So the way that you get a lot of points is not by staying up. The way that you get a lot of points is by applying for the credit cards when they have the highest sign-up bonus, and you get approved for those and you meet the minimum stays, and that's how you get like the 150,000 bonus points, for example. Because like right now, with the Marriott Bundle with Boundless American Express card, whenever I signed up for it, they were giving out 100,000 bonus points plus one free night. So the way I got into this whole space, because I love credit card. I know like this might hurt some people's ears, but with me, I love them, but I know how to use them responsibly, and I use them to my advantage too. Yeah. So with that, for example, with American Express, some of these credit cards like American Express, Chase, City, those are the main ones that pop up to my head right now. Getting the bonus points with them allows you to transfer it to different airlines or different hotel brands. So if you're able to sign up with those credit cards, maybe it got the highest sign up bonus and meet the minimum spend, you get those bonus points. Then if you transfer it all to either the airline or the hotel brand, and then you get the credit cards with those airlines and even hotel brands, get the minimum bonus points to transfer them. That's how you accumulate a lot of bonus points that way.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you touched credit several times, and tell people why, because you're in the credit space as well, right?
Yeah, so my company, I started it in the pandemic, like December 2020, to do business credit. So I help business owners scale their business using credit. But before I did that, I dove into the travel hacking game and did a little bit of credit card churning. So credit card churning is what I was talking about with the bonus points. So, but while I was doing that, a lot of people came to me with credit repair issues, and I didn't want to do it because I hated credit repair because of the bad stigma in it. But it got to the point to where I was overwhelmed. I just decided to go ahead and do it. So I built out another branch inside the business to do credit repair too.
Okay, got it.
So I touch credit repair, business credit, travel hacking, then another different hacks to boost your credit profile to do it in a way where it don't negatively affect you.
Okay, so knowing that you do that as well, because you mentioned your personal credit has to be at a certain point to be able to get the cards that you're talking about. What is that? What is that number that folks should hover around in their credit score? So we know what the perfect credit score is. We know what the ideal score is. What would be the number that you think people need to achieve if they don't already have it, or be sure to stay where they are so that they could take advantage of what you're talking about in travel hacking?
Sure it will. So it depends on the credit card itself. So the premium credit cards on the websites like NerdWallet or uscreditcardguide.com or even creditboards.com, they give out like a lot of detailed breakdown about which credit card, where your credit score needs to be. So like, for example, Amex Platinum card, you should have excellent credit. So the credit range for that is anywhere between like a 690 all the way up to a 750-ish. The higher your credit score is, it's going to get you past the algorithm. Okay. So whenever you apply, what they're going to do, it's not a human that's going to look at the application at first. It's going to be a computer algorithm. So if your credit profile meets certain points, certain break points in the credit profile scoring system, you automatically get approved, go through the first round, and then they go through underwriting. Then that's whenever your debt to income ratio come into play. So ideally, if you had a 700, that'd be great.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll be able to squeak by with a 680 FICO, not Vantage. If you had a 750, then you automatically gonna get past the first phase. After that, it depends on the banking relationships, your debt to income ratio, and how much money you make.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So yeah, I heard that. I know you went by that quickly. It's not even a person that's reviewing it. It's an algorithm. So you could get spit out or booted out before a person even takes a look at it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the point with this is you have to start with credit and being sure that you're responsible with that and you're managing money appropriately as you try to get into the credit or the travel hacking that's tied to credit. So I just want to make sure that they're walking away with that point as well. So now tell me some perks of travel hacking. So if somebody could be saying like, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to apply for credit cards to get 100,000 points? I just want to stay with my family in Florida one night, like, or a couple nights. Like, why do I even want to get into this? So talk about it from the why and then the advantage. Like obviously it's saving money, right? If you're getting hotel or air discounts off of hotel and air, but from your perspective, talk about why would one want to do it?
Yeah, so if you're planning a big trip, you already got the funds to do so. You can utilize the credit card points in order to use the money that you're already going to spend on that trip. Just use it for probably like excursions on the trip itself. And then also if you want to just go to your dream destination, you can do so leveraging credit card points. But I also got to do it responsibly too.
I love you keep saying. I can love that you use that word because that's even when people ask me what about credit because I teach about credit. I say I teach people how to use credit responsibly because I also am a fan of the use of credit because for so many reasons. I'll leave that out. But the point is it's using it responsibly. It's not just getting it so that you can get these points and then you forget that you have it and there's a bill that's with it. So so go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. And I like to touch on that too because with Marriott right now, Marriott done introduced a dynamic pricing model. So now what that means is they can charge however many points they want on a specific hotel without it being a fixed rate. And they did that like a few months ago. So average daily rate for some like high-end hotels are like 80,000 points. Now it can fluctuate and there isn't a set standard. So that's why you should hold on to your points. You need to use them as quickly as you can. But like if you're already gonna plan on making a huge budget, a huge spend on some purchase, that's one way you can go ahead and sign up for one of those credit cards and meet the minimum sign-up bonus and then just pay it off as soon as you put the spend on there. Then like for extra perks and all those things. Now, if you are ambitious and got a high risk tolerance, we could talk about that some other time, but this is for responsible use because a majority of the Americans not good with credit. So
hence why we do what we do, right?
We're here. Yes.
Exactly. So let's break it down for a practical situation, for a potential practical situation. Okay. Somebody in the next 6 months, let's just call it, maybe let's even say 6 to 12 months, they want to go on a vacation. I don't want to say of their dreams, but they want to go on a vacation that maybe they've never done before. So let's just say a husband, wife, and a couple kids as an example. They want to go to Florida. Let's just talk Florida because you and I will be in Florida. They want to go to Orlando. What kind of things should they do leading up to that 6 to 12 months to have the best situation for hotel and flights for that 4-person family going to a place like Orlando? Now, I'm not even talking about out of the country, just going, getting a good rate, maybe being able to stay right on Disney proper, maybe not use Disney proper because I don't think there's a Marriott on Disney proper, but property. But let's just say, what would you tell them they need to do now? Should they begin buying their groceries on the credit card that have the most points, like stuff like that? What kind of 2 to 3 things that you would say that they need to do to plan for the 6 to 12 months trip out to have the best advantage from a travel hack perspective?
Yeah, so here goes some terminology that's in the travel hack space. You got something called player 1 and player 2. Player 1 and player 2 is normally husband or wife or your significant other or the person that you're dating right now. That's whenever you all can sign up for credit cards using each other's credit scoring. Credit. Get my words mixed up right now. So that way both of y'all be able to get the sign up bonus. Then you can merge the points together and use on a trip. So let's just say that this couple is a business owner, for example. Right now, the Amex Business Platinum card is giving away 150,000 bonus sign-up points, and that's the highest offer ever. And the Amex Business Gold is giving away 180,000 bonus sign-up points. The way that you get that is by calling in over the phone in order to get that offer. Now, the spend on it is ridiculous. I think for the Amex Business Platinum, you got to hit 30K spend. And for the Business Gold, it might be half. But you can go to uscreditcardguide.com in order to look at that. That's a gem for y'all. So but that's what I go to.
Well, where did you say that gym was? uscreditguide.com?
uscreditcardguide.com. And on there, that's where you'll be able to look at all the different credit cards and all the different sign-up bonuses that might be coming up. And then on Reddit too.
Okay.
So that's what I would do. So if you are business owner, apply for that. And if you have the ability to reach that minimum spend, and once you reach the minimum spend, you get the 250,000, and even the maybe let's say if it's 150,000 for the Amex Business Gold card. Right there, if one person get it, they'll be able to get 400,000 bonus points with American Express. If player 2 gets the exact same, then they'll be able to get 800,000 bonus points. That's more than enough that you need for a stay in Florida domestically, if you want to do an average hotel or just even a nice hotel to get away right there. So once you get the 800,000 American Express bonus points, you can book a trip on American Express's site using those points, but I highly don't recommend doing that because the bonus points with American Express, they call membership reward points. The best benefit for using those points is by transferring them to either different airlines or different hotel companies. Because the point redemption with American Express is devalued heavily if you use it like for cashback or statement credits. So let's just say you said that you love to stay at the Marriott, I do too. You transfer those membership reward points at a 1-on-1 rate to Marriott. So you can transfer 300,000 bonus points. Then you get 300,000 bonus points at the Marriott too. Got it. So that's just with one credit card and one hard pull in your credit application without you applying for a lot that you can do right there. And then with the American Express card, you be able to get Marriott Gold status because they give you that automatically with the platinum card. All right.
Now I know there is because we always have to give them the good in the not so good. There is an annual fee tied with the cost that you're talking about. Just being
the annual fee for that. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. The American Express Business Platinum card, the annual fee is $695. I think for the personal platinum it's $695 too. For the business gold is $295. For the personal gold is $250. But since the platinum card is designed for travelers, which you'll be able to get is the free TSA pre-check or free global entry, free clear, access to the Centurion Lounge and the Delta Sky Lounge, just for the main travel right there. So I mean, that's my main reason. It kind of pay for itself if you utilize all the perks.
Well, that's where I wanted you to go. So as you think about that $295, and I tell this a lot to people when they think about fees, they're like, I'm not going to pay to get a credit. You think about that.
Oh yeah.
Now, one, it's annual. So $295 a year. So if you think about the things that you just mentioned, although there's always a counter response to anything that you bring up, right?
It is.
So TSA, maybe that's not an annual payment if you were to pay for that direct, get that. But we're just trying to share with you the fact that, to your point, the lounge and the various statuses that you get for having the other thing, that $295, especially if you have a business and the business is generating revenue and hopefully profit from that, this is a no-brainer, and it sort of takes money to make money. So that's the $295 is the cost to a year. So once a year to have all of that, and then in my opinion,
you don't even have to pay it.
Sometimes you don't have to pay it. And my thing though, that coming out. So be intentional about ensuring that you sell something that covers that, or one of your affiliate relationships, make sure that once you get that money in, that's for that. So there's ways to plan or budget out how you take care of that $295. So I just wanted to make sure I put that there. So go ahead. Anything else that you wanted to say about that? I know you said the business travel, you used the term player 1, player 2. You said that those were terms, talked about Amex and the various options there. Did you want to add anything else that maybe that family could consider for that particular trip?
Yes. So if you don't want to spend such a high annual fee for credit cards too, if that's out of your budget or you don't want to pay that much, you can also look into some of the Chase Sapphire preferred card. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is a pretty good credit card. The annual fee for that just $95 a year. And you won't get any elite travel benefits or any elite status with that card, but you maybe get nice Chase Rewards point redemptions off of that. It's not as high as you would get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, because the Chase Sapphire Reserve is just like the Amex Platinum. But the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you'd be able to get decent bonus points there. So player 1, player 2 can do that. Then they can transfer those ultimate reward points to whatever partner Chase likes to deal with. And I think they like Marriott as well. And you can also transfer to different airlines too.
Okay.
So
great.
It's a strategy you can do.
Now, we talked a lot about travel hacking from a hotel perspective and the credit card giving you advantages from a hotel. Now, which airlines play really nicely or offer the most?
So I'm thinking so in terms of the ease to get approved for with credit cards, because American Airlines is pretty good in Delta when it becomes getting approved for credit cards and then meeting the minimum SIN and get the status. Well, not status, get the bonus points. Getting status with airlines is way more difficult than hotels. There is something called status match challenges that you can do with certain airlines. If you fly with that particular airline for a certain period of time, they'll grant you status for a certain year. And it's the same thing with a lot of these travel car companies too. I got elite status with car rentals companies. National, Hertz, Avis, Six, Emerald. I won't go into that. But yeah, you can do the statuses with the travel rent companies too. Get my words mixed up again. But get back on track with the airlines. You do status match challenges, to get status with them. Right now, the American Airlines they made it easier to reach gold status with them. So if you fly with them and reach 35,000 loyalty points, you better get gold status. And also,
I'm validating, y'all. I'm validating. That's my jam.
Yes, it's between
and Delta. Let me tell you, one of the perks that I like with that is the not paying for bags, is to being able to get in that preferred line. I love the line is wrapped, and I'm like, no, that's our line over there. I love that so much. You don't even understand. That in itself is key for me, and because paying for bags on their flights is just insane to me in both ways. I mean, it makes sense if you bring it back one way, you got to pay for it to come back, but I like that. So that in itself, being preferred with them is a wonderful thing, and the line situation is another. But go ahead.
I think that I haven't had to do that at all, because I've always had I've had either a credit card with almost each airline I fly on, so I never have to pay a bag. Yeah. So with Southwest, I forgot all about Southwest. Excuse me, how could I forget about Southwest? Southwest. Are
you a fan of Southwest?
I'm gonna say the only reason why I don't like Southwest in Dallas, because you got to fly out of Dallas little field with Southwest, and I love lounges because I stay at the Centurion Lounge. I go to the Centurion Lounge, but I go fly somewhere. Or since I got one of these crypto debit cards, I get access to other lounges too. I do all kind of stuff, but the finance space is gonna love me.
So you and I have to meet in Orlando. We have to make it a point that we have to grab a coffee or I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Coffee, we have to
finance space is gonna love me. Okay. Anyway,
what'd you say?
The finance space is gonna love me.
I'm telling you, it is the place to be, y'all. We're talking about FinCon. FinCon is where the money nerds unite. We are, and so both he and I are speakers. I will be speaking on affiliate marketing, and Keritan will be speaking on travel hacking. So we're going to be at this financial conference that's really well done, very populated with all the what they call financial nerds, and both of us are speaking, so I'm really excited. If you're interested in attending that, drop down below. There'll be a link in the episode for that as well. And then I have a discount code. I got to make myself a note to make sure I put that in the show notes. I have a discount code for that, so make sure that you check that out. So with that being said, you are going to so enjoy it. And what I love about what they're doing this year is last year, all years prior to last year, where the event is held, where all the speakers and all the brands, the hotel, your rooms were right upstairs. So you come down, you can go take a nap, go drop off stuff and whatever. Last year, the hotel options were not connected. Like they had it at a convention center that didn't have the hotels upstairs. So now this year they've gone back to that where everything is all together. Because the reason why I bring that up is there's swag like you would not believe. Every vendor has a t-shirt or something or whatever. And although you're like, I'm not there for the swag, everybody says that, but everybody grabs t-shirts. So you're gonna grab swag and you just get a little bit heavy loaded, if you will. So you go and drop that stuff to your room upstairs and then come back down. Otherwise, you have to walk around with it until you walk over to wherever your hotel is. So I just love it. A lot of the people that I'm friends with in the financial space or have formed relationships have been on my show, have been as a result of meeting them at FinCon. Yeah. So I'm really excited. When I saw that you were going to be a speaker and I saw that what you do, I wanted to, meet you, wanted to bring, have my platform be an opportunity for you to share. And because I know those that follow the show would be really interested in how they could use this for their upcoming travel plans. So I thought it would be good to have you on the show. Thank you so
much for having me too, because I normally don't post a lot on Twitter. Most of my posts is on Instagram and Facebook. I do a lot of reels, but Twitter is the last thing I decided to post on. Like, let me post this on Twitter real quick. And our relationship came from Twitter. So that lets me know that I need to be posting a little bit more on Twitter, but I just got to figure out how. That and LinkedIn. I try not to do that much on LinkedIn. I still work my full-time job.
So do I.
I'm a software engineer by trade, so I do my best.
I am. You better go. That's what I'm talking about. I love the cavalierness. Oh, I'm just a software engineer.
So do that. So I don't post that much on LinkedIn.
Yeah, neither do I. That platform is for what I'll call my 9 to 5, and I pepper in. I'll pepper in a financial tip that I may have, or I'm all about finances for our youth as well. So when a state passes that financial literacy is required, I'll comment or share that. But I do the same. So I my interns really own my social stuff for the IG and Facebook, but Twitter I play on because you could just write a sentence. Like I just love Twitter. I do my own Twitter, like boom, I'll send a quick thing out. And then when there's comments on any of my posts on any platform, like that's me doing that. But I do have support through my team on the IG pages, on the Facebook pages.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm really excited that we had this opportunity to meet. Now, Keritan, you have dropped some gems for these folks here today. They're going to say, I want to know more from him. I want to talk to him directly. I want to follow him because I need to understand this a little bit. They're getting the what they got and the gems you shared today, for the time that we're together. But how can they follow you? Where can they connect with you if they want to know more about travel hacks or business credit or personal credit? How can they find Mr. Keritan Shelby?
Yeah, so y'all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, on pretty much any social media platform. Not on TikTok yet. Probably not find me on TikTok. At Keritan S or Keritan Shelby. Just my name is Keritan, and that's it. If you follow me on there, I'll be able to respond much quicker on social media than I do anywhere else.
Okay, and Shelby is Shelby.
That's correct.
All right. So for those, I always leave with this. If you had to say one or two things to those listening that have never heard of travel hacking and now they've heard our episode, what would you want to leave as parting comments to those listening?
That's a good question.
I'll prompt you a little bit. Hacking can sound like a negative word, right? But in the context that we've talked about today, it's a great thing. It's nothing that's, it's something that people can do based on their own activity, things that they're doing anyway. You're already applying for credit cards, you're already staying at hotels, you're already flying. So this shows you how you could take advantage of what you're already doing and maybe apply a little bit more based on what you shared, the knowledge of the term player 1 and 2. What would you say to them that somebody has never heard of it so that they could begin to take advantage of what you shared here today?
Yes, so it's not, I do understand that the word hacking do have a negative connotation to it, but you have to understand that these companies is pretty much hoping that you misuse the card because they're charging a high interest rate, for example, for a reason. And that's because a lot of people don't know how to use it responsibly. So instead of them playing you, you play them. And you utilize all the perks they give you and all the security that a credit card provides in order to have you fly and live at decent hotels. I won't say responsible because I want to say live your dream, fly your free dream flight, or fly, even stay at your dream hotel, but you don't even have to do that. Just if you plan on staying somewhere for one quick night, like I did a couple weekends ago at the W, I plan on doing a Ritz-Carlton in the wild, just one night. I don't pay anything. I mean, I got credits back on some of the things I did at the hotel. So just use it to your advantage.
Yeah,
it's here for a reason.
Right.
Just got to know the system and how to play it.
Exactly,
but it's legal.
Right.
It's all legal.
Okay. I'm glad you went there. That's exactly right. And again, if you're unsure, Keritan Shelby is there for you. Ask him the question, and make sure you follow him and support the activities that are going on. And if you are a FinConner, make sure you check both of us out. I'll be doing affiliate marketing. He is going to talk about travel hacking there as well. And then I encourage you, if you enjoyed this episode, to please leave a comment and let us know what you think about it. If you're listening on a platform where there's a thumbs up, we'll appreciate that as well. And if you have not followed me before and you're new to It's My Money and the Money Exchange podcast, you can follow me across social at It's My Money _. You can also find the podcast at the podcast is The Money Exchange. And on YouTube, It's My Money with Patrina Dixon. I appreciate you for hanging out here. Make it a great day.